Think you know angels. Prepare to have your mind blown. When we picture angels, we usually think of beautiful, winged humans delivering messages. But what if I told you that's just scratching the surface? What if the celestial realm is filled with beings so bizarre, so powerful, and so alien that they defy everything we thought we knew? Today, we're rediving deep into the angelic hierarchy to uncover the hidden powers of some of the most misunderstood and forgotten celestial beings. Get ready to meet the wheels of fire and the guardians of the divine throne. Let's start with one of the most mind-bending classes of angels, the Ophanim, also known as the wheels. Forget everything you've seen in pop culture. The prophet Ezekiel described them in his visions, and his account is nothing short of extraordinary. He saw wheels within wheels, covered entirely with eyes, moving in perfect unison alongside other celestial beings. These aren't messengers. They are the very components of God's divine chariot. Imagine this: colossal, interlocking rings of fire, constantly spinning, their rims filled with countless, ever-watchful eyes. The Ophanim are pure motion and omniscience. Their primary function is to carry the throne of God, acting as the divine vehicle for transport across the cosmos. Their movement isn't random, it's a reflection of divine will, maintaining the very order of the universe. They represent the constant, dynamic, and all-seeing nature of the divine. Their non-humanoid form is a powerful reminder that the celestial realm is far more complex and alien than our limited human imagination can often conceive. They challenge our comfortable, anthropocentric view of angels, pushing us to consider a divinity that operates on a scale beyond our comprehension. They are not here to comfort us, but to embody the awesome, unstoppable power of creation itself. Now, let's shift from dynamic motion to immovable authority. Meet the thrones, or the Galgalim. If the Ophanim are the wheels of the divine chariot, the thrones are the chariot itself, the very seat of God's power. These beings are often depicted as great, glowing wheels of fire, similar to the Ophanim, but their role is fundamentally different. While the Ophanim are about movement and transport, the thrones are about stability, judgment, and divine justice. They are the living embodiment of God's righteous judgment. The thrones are cosmic administrators, tasked with upholding the laws of the universe and ensuring that justice is maintained. They don't intervene in human affairs directly like archangels might. Instead, their presence maintains the foundational balance of reality. Think of them as the pillars of cosmic law. Their nature is static and foundational, a powerful contrast to the perpetual motion of the Ophanim. They represent the unshakable, unwavering justice and authority of the divine. It is from their position as the seat of power that divine decrees are issued, setting the entire cosmos into motion. They are less about action and more about being the source from which all righteous action flows. So, if these beings are so important, so fundamental to the cosmic order, why have most of us never heard of them? Why are the Ophanim and Thrones missing from most Sunday school lessons and mainstream religious narratives? The answer lies in a combination of historical decisions, theological shifts, and cultural simplification. First, let's talk about the biblical canon. The books that make up the modern Bible were selected over centuries through a series of councils and decisions, texts that were more mystical, abstract, or complex. Like parts of Ezekiel or apocryphal books such as the Book of Enoch, were often downplayed or excluded from the primary canon. The focus shifted towards narratives that were more accessible and provided clear moral and historical lessons. The bizarre, almost sci-fi imagery of wheel angels didn't fit neatly into the developing image of angels as relatable, human-like messengers. Over time, theological interpretations evolved. The Church Fathers, and later theologians, often prioritized a more organized and hierarchical, and frankly, more manageable view of the celestial world. Complicated beings like the Ophanim and Thrones were filed away into the highest, most distant choirs of angels, effectively removing them from any practical interaction with humanity. They became objects of abstract contemplation rather than active figures in the faith. Cultural simplification also played a huge role. As stories are retold, they tend to lose their complex details. It's much easier to paint a picture of an angel with wings and a harp than to describe a spinning vortex of fire and eyes. So, the rich, diverse tapestry of the angelic realm was flattened into a more palatable, familiar image. But these forgotten powers haven't disappeared entirely. To unearth this ancient wisdom, we need to look beyond the standard canon and explore the so-called missing pages. Apocryphal texts, like the Book of Enoch, are treasure troves of information about these celestial beings. Enoch provides detailed descriptions of the different classes of angels, their functions, and their places in the heavenly court, giving us a much richer and more vibrant picture than what's found in canonical scripture. Furthermore, mystical traditions within Judaism, like Kabbalah and Merkava mysticism, have always held these beings in high regard. For these mystics, the visions of Ezekiel weren't just strange stories. They were meditative guides, roadmaps to ascending through the heavens and approaching the divine. Contemplating the Ophanim and Thrones was a spiritual practice designed to expand the mind and bring the practitioner closer to understanding the infinite nature of God. So, what does it mean for us today to rediscover these forgotten powers? Reintegrating the Ophanim and Thrones into our understanding of the divine does a few things. It shatters our simplistic, often commercialized view of angels. It reminds us that the divine is vast, mysterious, and sometimes terrifyingly alien. It challenges us to embrace a sense of awe and wonder about the universe. By acknowledging these beings, we acknowledge that our understanding is incomplete. It pushes us to ask bigger questions. If beings like spinning, eye-covered wheels of fire exist in the celestial hierarchy, what else is out there? What other forms of consciousness, what other expressions of divine power have we overlooked or forgotten? The vastness of divine creation might be infinitely greater and stranger than we ever dared to imagine. What do you think might still be hidden in the ancient texts, waiting to be rediscovered? Thanks for joining me on this journey into the celestial unknown. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. See you next time.